If you haven't seen the previous video in this series, follow the link on your screen or click the link in the description or pinned comment below.
This sequence includes an on-brand race cart, but not a minion saying, "Banana!" How do you miss this opportunity?
I always had a suspicion you were a minion. That banana just confirmed it.
No, you keep hitting the box to get all the loot. Don't just stop.
Backseat gaming.
48 seconds of logos.
God fucking damn it. I thought we could go one modern CinemaSins video without this shit, but apparently this is impossible for you because you're a minion.
Feels like the giant flying lava rock monster 5 times the size of a city made of ice is having a pretty easy time destroying the city made of ice. And I'm wondering how much of the victory is due to the nature of fire and ice to disagree, and how much is just the sheer size of this fucking thing, which they clearly had ready to attack 5 years ago, but just kept growing it larger and larger, like me building a navy in a game of Civ 5. Fuck Civ 6.
Circumlocution.
This is not how volcanoes work. Why do movies show people doing this like it's okay? Kids, do not crack your own neck.
I finally found it.
But do you know that it only lasts 30 seconds?
So I let the last couple sins play without interruption just to show you how ridiculous this video actually is. Less than a minute in, and it's been nothing wrong with this movie, but a bunch of nonsensical sins that CinemaSins only included so they don't have to justify starting the video in the middle of the movie. Practices like these are the reason these videos are no longer 3 minutes or less and average 15 to 20 minutes. CinemaSins is quite literally doing social media backwards. With the advent of TikTok and subsequently YouTube Shorts, CinemaSins' older style would actually resonate more with the current audience. Could this be why their videos are no longer getting millions of views even though they have millions of subs? Just a thought.
We like sports and we don't care who knows.
Jeremy makes a Lonely Island pop culture reference.
This website is real, and it boasts a chat feature, which of course I clicked on. I went with the 20 questions option and discovered that—
Skip!
I am so glad we spent our life savings on this commercial.
Okay, first of all, spending your life savings on a single commercial.
So we're sending obvious jokes now? Who are you, Tumblerinas watching Dave Chappelle?
Second of all, just how small was your life savings? Because local commercials aren't really all that expensive.
Yuppie YouTuber has never heard of people being broke. That's classist.
Our mom called and she said, "Oh boys, that's the best commercial I've ever seen." And I said, "Thank you very much, Mother. We're very proud of it."
Charlie Day, not even trying to alter or disguise his voice, naturally ends up sounding exactly like Charlie Day, and it's distracting.
Says this about a movie that features Chris Pratt as Super Mario.
Spike leaves behind 3/4 of a pizza? Who has the kind of money to just leave behind most of your lunch? What a waste. Box it up.
Do you not see this man's Rolex Cuban link in Oakley's? I'm surprised he doesn't have 4 or 5 OnlyFans chicks sitting in the booth with him.
I am unreasonably annoyed at Luigi's ability to use a touchscreen while wearing gloves.
As long as the gloves are made out of a conductive material, such as conductive thread, it would actually work. Since Luigi's gloves do work, that's what I'm going with for this explanation.
Because it's a Mario movie and they can't take a car and they have to run and there are suddenly lots of obstacles for them to jump or dive to avoid, and god damn it,
Everything wrong with Super Mario. Super Mario.
having a secret handshake for celebrating after fixing the most basic of plumbing problems. He literally tightened a pipe fixture. That's all he did. Celebrate more important shit, you dweebs.
They're celebrating their first completed job, not the difficulty of it. Also yelling at the screen cliche.
At no point do these grown adults call for the pet owners to get involved in a solution for their dumbass pet.
What you're not showing the audience is that the dog closed the door and is in the middle of attacking them. Since when do people call for the pet owner in the midst of a dog attack instead of trying to deal with the situation at hand? You would be the dumbass that gets his nuts bitten off trying to get the owner's attention.
That's right, kids. The first big action sequence of your happy movie about a beloved video game character hinges on a beloved family pet turning into a raging murder machine.
And by kids, you very clearly mean adults that grew up with Mario, because no kid is watching this upset. Jaded adults are.
I think you're nuts.
And to really get the audience excited for this lighthearted movie, let's watch a parent shit all over their child's dream. Ah, yes. Nothing like it.
Do you not know how stories work? It's the hero's journey 101. The protag faces adversity up to and including their own loved ones not believing in them, and they go on an adventure overcoming challenges and returning home transformed. You're sending basic stuff that is in no way unique to this film, and you also cut out the mother being supportive of her children's dreams, so it's at best a net neutral.
Why would you put the dartboard 3 inches to the left of your television? Are you insane? Did you take out a massive insurance policy on that television?
Bruv, that is a CRT. Trust me, they could hit that thing with a bat and it would probably still work.
Our whole lives, everyone's telling us we can't do this, we can't do that.
How old are Mario and Luigi? They're acting like mustached children living at home in a shared room. Yet they are also apparently old enough to have quit their previous jobs to pursue a dream of plumbing. Is the movie demographic aimed at middle-aged adults still living in their parents' basement playing video games to avoid responsibility?
So I don't know if you've noticed, but Mario and Luigi are Italian. I bring that up because, as far as I am aware, Italians, especially immigrants, tend to have multiple generations living in the same home. My point is, it's more of a culture thing rather than a loser thing, as you are implying. As far as their age, it's been confirmed they are 25-year-old twins.
We gotta get to that pressure valve!
Oh, pressure valve! Oh boy, this is so exciting!
I mean, like I said, this is on you. You could have started this video at any point in the film. No one told you to go over the minutia of an animated adventure film. You chose to do that. Stop torturing yourself and make shorter videos, dummy.
That's right. If not for being incredibly stupid and hanging on an old pipe that happens to fall into an old flimsy brick wall, we would have no movie.
This man still has not learned that all movies are a result of a specific set of circumstances that if they didn't happen, the movie wouldn't exist. Like, what even is the criticism here?
Listen, if this is how fucking great it looked when Mario pipe warped between worlds and we never got to see it until now, I'm really upset.
Jeremy sins something he likes cliché. Because that should be a sin for the Super Mario video games and not the movie.
Come on, Mario! Our big adventure begins now!
Waiting 20 goddamn minutes to start the adventure that we came here for.
You could have started there. Nobody told you to complain about Spike wasting pizza or dartboards.
Luigi lands in a nightmare and opts for exploring the area and attempting to survive the wild, rather than, I don't know, give one shot at crawling back through the fucking pipe?
Yes, Jeremy, I'm sure the famously cowardly Luigi wants to go back through the magical pipe that spits him out in different dimensions.
I know you want to see where you're going, but that moon is doing a damn good job of lighting this up, and you are only drawing attention to yourself with this flashlight, Luigi.
Just like the previous sin, you are applying knowledge the audience has to characters that don't have that knowledge. The same way Luigi doesn't know what the pipe does or how it works, he has no reason to suspect that there is anyone or anything dangerous in this wood thicket. For all he knows, the most dangerous thing here is a wolf, and bright lights tend to scare away animals that dwell in darkness.
Undead hench turtles.
Sinning dry bones. I mean, I hate them in the games, but they're pretty cool to see in the movie.
This would be the perfect time to have a ghost coming toward Luigi in the distance until he turns to look at it, but nope, there will be no ghosts until later in the movie when one will attend a fucking wedding of all things.
I don't like the fact that you capitalize ghosts. You mean boo. These are boos.
Boo this man!
I guess having them do jumps makes sense, but why do the floating platforms have to be real in this movie? Is it because you hate physics?
They have to be real because this movie is based on a video game and they are real in that game. What the hell kind of question is this? You're literally showing on screen sentient mushrooms. Come on, man.
I'm going to convince the Great Kong Army to help us.
But what if you don't? I mean, ultimately she does.
And you have answered yourself. I'd also like to point out that Jeremy is clearly aware of the later events of this film, meaning he has seen it already, but will continue pretending he doesn't have knowledge he definitely does.
You're very, very small.
I see not even the creators of Mario movies can avoid reaching for the low-hanging rotten plot fruit that is using appearances as slander.
I don't know. Growing and shrinking is kind of a theme in this series, so I feel like it's on brand.
This gauntlet looks almost nothing like the one they run. And to prove it, let's keep this still image up on screen to compare things to, shall we?
CinemaSins goes through the effort of disproving the stage Peach goes through, and I must say, that was quite impressive. Good job.
That was amazing.
It was not.
Sinning my intro. You absolute monster.
How am I supposed to do that?
With the power-ups. They give us special abilities.
Right, but Peach's run didn't start off with a power-up, so...
She didn't need one. She cleared 1-1 through practice. He's a noob, so he needs all the help he can get. You ever watched a Super Mario speedrun? They almost never go for the power-ups.
Mario does not immediately check the size of his package in this scene.
Jeremy says mushroom.
Of course she hates me. But that makes me love her all the more.
Don't get more attached to the person that wants nothing to do with you. Redirect that obsession to the only relationship that matters when all else fails, which is with your imagination and your dominant hand.
Jeremy Scott, the guy that was lamenting this movie showing parents shit on their child's dreams, telling kids to choke the chicken while imagining a person that hates them. Very healthy.
Well, what if she says no?
Then I will power up with this star and destroy the Mushroom Kingdom!
Well, they all are doubling down on the if she says no, try a different way until she says yes thing. Holy sh**.
Don't know if you noticed this, but, King Koopa is a villain. You are currently sending a movie for the villain behaving like a villain. I could understand this perspective if it were Mario doing this, but just because you stupidly use Bowser in Mario Kart doesn't all of a sudden make him a good guy.
It is my understanding that everyone loves the Peach song that Bowser sings, and that is just their latent love of Jack Black overpowering their musical tastes.
Or, unlike you, people recognize this movie is a comedy and enjoy Peaches because it's funny. Something is not a sin simply because you didn't laugh or enjoy it.
Thinking about your brother?
We've never been apart this long.
A day or two? That seems unhealthy.
Well, they are twins and the Super Mario Brothers. I mean, it's in the name.
You don't seem like you're from here.
I don't know where I'm from.
You don't? You instantly recognize this human as a human, and he looks more like you than you do any of the Mushroom Kingdom folk. How do you not wonder if you might be human?
You just completely strawmanned her position. She didn't say she doesn't know she's a human. She said she doesn't know where she's from. Dude, if she met Luke Skywalker, should she assume she's also from Tatooine?
My earliest memory is arriving.
She has a pacifier in. She's 2 years old. Are you telling me she remembers this?
While that doesn't look like a 2-year-old to me, research states that infantile amnesia generally is for the period a person is 0 to 3 years old, at which time they begin to form solid memories. That same research tells us that it varies amongst the population, with some people having memories from that period. So I said all that to say,
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
They made me their princess.
What? They took you in as a baby, raised you alongside their own, and then somehow, at some point, decided you were superior to all their own raised children? They named an alien their president, and everyone was happy about it?
what? The Mushroom Kingdom likes pogs.
There's a huge universe out there with a lot of galaxies.
Thanks, Neil deGrasse Princess, but isn't this mission urgent?
Jeremy yells at the screen cliche.
He is cute, but he is...
Says the tiny penguin that threw snowballs at lava to defend his people.
At lava? At lava?
Great and mighty Cranky Kong.
Look, I'm often cranky, but it never gets better because someone points out my crankiness to me.
Oh, he makes me laugh. You want my army so badly? Defeat my son? And the
Kong lore just went from straight refusal to, well, this little guy is humorous, so I'll let you have my army if he beats my son for no reason. There's nothing for the Kongs to gain here.
That's the point, Jeremy. He doesn't think he'll be able to do it. What the Kongs gain is entertainment.
Also, his son will be Donkey, and this is just a parade of scenes of video games containing Mario, and it should honestly be f***ing ashamed at how much money it made because it's some lazy-ass f***ing tripe.
I'm sorry, but f*** you. Donkey Kong is the original character in this franchise. Mario is a spin-off of his game, not the other way around. It would be disrespectful to leave out the OG.
what they came here for!
Man, Seth Rogen sounds even more like himself than Charlie Day does. Did they even know what movie they were doing audio for? Is that why the voice work is so generic?
He says in a movie that features Chris Pratt as Mario.
Mario survives everything that happens to him in the DK Gauntlet, and we are never told how or why his human body can withstand this much of a beating.
He ate a lot of one-up mushrooms on the way here, duh.
So, due to the catsuit, Mario somehow kicks Donkey's ass. And I liked it better when Donkey just threw barrels from up above and Mario had to jump or dodge the barrels. If we're gonna do movie scenes ripped from video games, why didn't we do the barrels?
They did. You showed a scene of DK slapping the shit out of Mario with a barrel a second ago. I mean, you're literally fast-forwarding DK throwing barrels right now.
He kept beating you senseless and you just kept getting back up?
Mistaking stubbornness for strength.
When are you going to stop strawmanning the princess? She never said anything about strength. Play the rest of the scene.
That was incredible. He kept
beating you senseless and you just kept getting back up? You just don't know when to quit.
Huh. Well, never thought of that as a good thing.
It's a great thing.
Thanks.
We're gonna need carts!
Oh, me, we're doing another video game.
See, here is an instance of Jeremy pretending to not know the cart section of the movie was coming up as if it were a surprise to him, just so he could sin it.
As AC/DC's Thunderstruck plays and they get their custom carts made, I feel it's important to point out that absolutely none of this is meaningful to me or even interesting, let alone exciting. So if you enjoy this, just take me off your Christmas card list because we are not compatible people.
It's a good thing I didn't get you anything for Christmas then, other than this lump of coal.
The Fast and the Marius. Thankfully for Mario and the other racers, the Bifrost is actually part of this race course.
Sinning Rainbow Road. That's worth these many sins.
Mario gets blown up and magically lands on another vehicle in the race so he can continue in the competition.
Jeremy points out things on the screen cliché.
Blue shell!
I don't know if the blue shell is intentionally going for the person that was clearly in second place, but it's dumb and wrong and has cost too many people too many games. This sin is for you, stupid shell that can't tell who's in first and who isn't.
Blue shells go after the person that was in first at the time it was activated, not who is currently in first. Otherwise, the players in first and second could theoretically swap places over and over and the blue shell would never do its job.
No, princess. I stole this star for us.
Doing stupid and possibly illegal shit because you think you're in love with someone that you're actually not remotely.
He is a villain!
Where you will all be ritualistically sacrificed!
Finally, mercy.
I see someone saw James Gunn's Suicide Squad movie, specifically Polka Dot Man.
Jeremy thinks Suicide Squad invented the emo goth.
How the f did they throw this shit together so quickly?
Money!
I see all your game characters attending this wedding, and I have to tell you that the Muppets already did this in The Muppets Take Manhattan, which is also a superior movie to this by literally any and every measure.
Not according to the audience scores.
I can't play the music for you, but why does this alternate dimension land with sentient mushrooms and turtles and shit use the Earth-specific wedding march music?
You asked that question while not realizing the concept of marriage in the first place is Earth-specific.
She just turned into Elsa from Frozen to fight Bowser's fire, and that is copyright infringement!
This thing superficially looks like another thing, therefore it's copying that thing. This is where your fans get this stupid shit from.
I think this might be the most average movie ever made. I guess kids today would call it mid. Voice work, average. Story, average. Animation, pretty good actually, but wasted. Action, average. Its biggest offense is not being daring enough to have a biggest offense. Thankfully, it only made $1 billion. Wait, what? Is that shit for real?
It's almost like giving fans of a thing what they want and not giving them some bullshit they wouldn't ask for equals success. The morons that made all of the non-animated Resident Evil media could learn a thing or two. Try adapting the source material in a way that is respectful to that source material and you might actually make money on that thing. Novel concept, I know, but you constantly have dumbass executives in Hollywood that only want to use the name of a property but not actually adapt that property. As much as I love the first Mario Brothers movie, that shit is a perfect example. I mean, what the fuck are these?
Just how is a raccoon bear suit that has a helicopterable tail faster than a rocket bullet?
But it's not? You're literally showing evidence of it catching up to him very easily.
Because they touched it at the same time, they both get the powers of the... Wait, that isn't fair at all. This movie about a video game about New York City plumbers sucked into an alternate dimension populated by mushrooms and turtles isn't following the rules.
Which rules? You mean these ones? Oh damn. Looks like they all got invincible with only 1 star.
Mario, you were amazing!
But complimenting Luigi.
How did you miss the context of something you brought up earlier? Mario is complimenting Mario because Mario is the one leading the Mario Brothers. Remember? He's the one dragging Luigi into these things, so if he gets all the blame when they fail, he gets all the credit when they win. You know, like LeBron James.